this observation, the universe is changed. What? I've never seen a cat like that. Schrodinger, I'm sorry, but you might get slapped. Well, you won't get slapped at the very same time. Why can't you make up your mind? Micro to macro, classical to quantum. Superpositions? I think we have a problem. When we check on the cat, is he alive or dead? You say both, but now you're messing with my head. The multiverse has got me down. How can I be in the woods while I'm also downtown? And don't say Central Park. I mean a place where I can catch Pokemon after dark. 2 answers at once. That's the haps. Like Kellyanne Conway's alternative facts. Alive while I'm dead. Schrodinger said it. Many possible worlds. You can go ask Hugh Everett. A future state like being asleep while at a Chainsmoker show. Wait, that happens constantly. Hold on, the possibilities are ample. Let me think about it, I can find a new example. Shaggy asked how magnets work. Unpaired electrons, don't feel like a jerk. 7 million records sold, that's a lot, ICP. While juggalos are criticized for lacking PhDs. And how can Twisted keep dissing Violent J when he hooked them up? That's not okay. On FagoLovers.net, I press refresh. A Hot 97, just getting upset. He's like, Tech Nine's a boy, but we paved the way. Blase Rose got dropped, I don't know what to say. And by the way, I saw Twisted at Webster Hall. A fight broke out, and the lights went on. You can't ban Hatchet Men, Jamie and Paul. Why'd you have 7 openers that night after all? So what is a juggalo? I don't know. I left with a really sad feeling that show. Coming home, my girlfriend called me on the phone. She said packages were stolen from the lobby. I'm like, yo, we called the cops and described the box. 1 minute it was there, then 1 minute it was not. I'm like, oh my God, it's like Schrodinger's cat. The cops like, what? I'm like, imagine that. Okay, maybe I think I might be getting off track. In a song about quantum physics and cats. My point is that a deterministic vision might limit your view and be a prison. While the probability that this verse is too long is 100%, so let's finish this song. I've never seen a cat like that. Schrodinger, I'm sorry, but you might get slapped. Well, you won't get slapped at the very same time. Why can't you make up your mind? Micro to macro, classical to quantum. Superpositions? I think we have a problem. When we check on the cat, is he alive or dead? You say both, but now you're messing with my head. I've never seen a cat like that. Schrodinger, I'm sorry, but you might get slapped. Well, you won't get slapped at the very same time. Why can't you make up your mind? Micro to macro, classical to quantum. Superpositions? I think we have a problem. When we check on the cat, is he alive or dead? You say both, but now you're messing with my head.
Why don't you just come on over? Why don't you just stay with me? And it go like, hey. It still feels good. All these years later, it got me screaming like, life is gorgeous and you add to the scenery, but I'm not sure of what you mean to me. I ain't known of you for some time, but it don't take a whole day to recognize sunshine, so I gotta know, yeah, I gotta know. Are you looking for a DD on the honor roll with a lot of dough that's always down to go? Or do you just want someone with common goals? Are you looking for one man or one night? Someone who stays or leaves before the sunlight? This ain't a courtroom, no judgment from me, but the jury's out, I need a testimony. Have you been with a rapper before? If I came to your city, would you see me on tour? Said I had a metaphor, but I think I'm at a 10, so there's something I gotta ask before the night ends. Why don't you just come on over? Why don't you just stay with me? Said I can give you more than everything you need. What's he got that I don't got, girl? Give me just a thing or two. I don't have all the answers, but there's no question what we should do. Are you high on life or are you down to your luck? Do you wanna make out, babe, or do you wanna maybe lay under the stars and just stare at affection?
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Getting into a little bit of this action. Let's see if I got... Yeah, this should be pretty set up. Sorry for the surprise stream all of a sudden, but I got a message, and some people said some big war was going down in Geneva in Server 3, so they wanted me to jump on, so I figured, hey, why not? Let's go ahead and stream this. Check it out. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Osman? Certified poison. Said my alliance is fighting in Geneva, so I'm going to get going. Uh-oh. Let me know where you're at. We'll check it out. So I noticed over here, and I am not from Server 3, so the French right here, FR1, they started building right here, and it looks like they're trying to hold this down to build it. And BWS and some other ones are surrounding them, but then they have some of these FFA, which I'm guessing is the French alliances, coming up from behind them, giving a lot of trouble right here. So, yeah, pretty interesting, huh? Well, it's a little bit midday for us Americans, probably late for some of you guys. Usually my stream tries to be a little bit on the early side, which I'll try to stream tomorrow morning, more earlier than this one. I just jumped on because some people said that they wanted me to do some filming on this, and even though I can record most of this, you know, it makes for a long video, so why not just do a live stream and have fun? I did hear that, Daryl. I did hear that it has been going on for quite some time. Actually, the messages that I got on Discord have been going on for quite some time. I apologize. I had to wake up and do some things. You know, it's Valentine's Day weekend, so me and my wife trying to do some stuff. So I'm going to try to stream a little while, watch some of this. Enjoy the day with you fine young people with some coffee. FFA is AS. Okay. Let's see. Let's check them out. What is that supposed to do? It's supposed to freaking show the alliance. Whatever. I don't know what that screen was. What the heck? FFA 1. 1.16 billion. Damn. Server 3. 1 billion power alliance. FFA 1. Okay. Well, these guys definitely come to do some business, didn't they? This guy hanging on. We got some BWS trying to take them out. We got a little bit of a circle right here. We got a 10, a heavy that's a power grade 10. We got some 9s. We got another 10. Of course, we don't know how strong it is because the power isn't on the freaking units. Arrgh. Whatever. I know you guys feel me on that one. So yeah, let's see if we can't back up a little bit, get an idea what's going on a little bit. I know this has probably been going on for quite some time, but so do most wars. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for days and days. Let's see, we got BWS all along here. And then the CC that was built sorry, I'm trying to... it jittered. BWS all down there. And then this is when we get into, I believe, the FFA people, which are way up here. Server's a little bit jittery. All the way up into here. Let's zoom out. Just a bunch of land open right now after the forts. We have the French #1. But I was looking for the FFA. Anyway, I don't see them anywhere. Or at least not their CC. I see them fighting. It says, hey, that's me. What's up, Rizaldi? Thanks for tuning into the stream, man. Thank you guys for tuning in the stream, hanging out with me today while I sip this Java. The old bunker tactic. Hit the bunker and run away. You gotta love that. Jeez Louise. Look, they did it over here too. You gotta love the bunker tactic. But this base is gonna go down pretty quickly. It looks like he had all of his marches in there right here to garrison. But against that many players... Oh, he's trying to change the aggro. Did you see that? He changed the aggro to the medium. That's a good look. That's a good job. Pop out, pop in. It'll change the aggro to away from a heavy. Try to take out some of the troops. However, it doesn't take very many nowadays, it seems like. Game is not very defensive in nature. It's all offensive. Does not take that much to get the base down, unfortunately, which is sad. They should really work on that. They should really work on how much it takes to really do a base. Because right now, I mean, as you can see, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 11 to 12 marches hitting them. We got some artillery back here. That's probably doing a lot of the damage, but... So we got a presence of... It looks like this cluster right here is going to be the BWS. And then FFA probably going to try to come down and hit them because it looks like everybody's meeting up here. Which is good. Once you meet up, you got the traction. BWS with the cluster is definitely going to be able to do some damages on those bases and get them out of there. We got some heavies right here. Some 10s. Maxed out commander. They're definitely hanging in there against all of those marches. If you swarm around them, you can't move, though. There you go. Swarm around them. Yep, close them in. Close that grid up. There you go. That's how you do it right there. Make sure he can't run away. If you gap around him and you fill up all of those grids right here, he's in the middle. If you fill up all of those grids, he can't move and he's stuck. What's up, Daryl? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Just on a long march to the war. What's up, Parshell? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, there is always a lot of drama. I don't know what the history is here or anything like that. I'm just looking at some good war footage, watching it, hosting it. Hopefully people can tune in and enjoy. We can all hang out and enjoy some laughs and chuckling and stuff. At least enjoy it somewhat. Yeah, Dan, I agree. I really think they should I mean, I know that you're eventually going to get the base down, especially when you have numbers like that, you're swarming, but I just feel like it should be harder. Like a base that's 29, 30, 31, it only goes up to 32. But once it gets up that high, if you can swarm it with less than 20 marches and get it down in a minute 50 seconds or 2 minutes, I mean, what the is that, man? You know, like you should be able to pile up your base with artillery and technology and all kinds of stuff to make it hard as hell, you know? Like, I don't know. Whatever. This game is just all about having 50 marches on the field and running through everybody like a steamroller. Pretty much about it. That's good, Poison. Thank you for sharing that. Like I said, I don't really know much of the back history here. I'm not really showcasing it for that. I got a message that, you know, that there was all of the top clans were coming into the area and that they were going to fight and have fun. So I figured, hey, I'll jump on when I can. So I know this has been going on probably for 6+ hours though. He's like, I'm going to get rid of these bunkers. I'm tired of these bunkers. Yeah, definitely the artillery in the back does really well, Parcel, with taking down the base. I agree. And yeah, you do want to try to get back there. If you're surrounded, though, the grid, it becomes really difficult. You know, if you get 20+ marches on a grid, your troops are not going to be able to get out as easy, you know, to get around to the backside. So that poses a little bit of a problem. But I just think that you should be able to research your technology for defense and really beef it up. Do I think that it should just automatically be like that? No, I think you should have the ability to really add a lot of defense to your base. And like I said in my other video, we were talking about if you're on your territory or you're within your territory or whatever, you should get additional buffs. There should be additional things to really make it that much more difficult to take down a base within a territory. I think that would be a cool additive to the game, just to showcase, you know, alliance and participation type stuff. I haven't seen a 7.2 Tiger yet. At least not where I'm at. I don't know, maybe somebody has one. That would be good to see. I've seen a 7.1, but never a 7.2. Oh, okay, Parcel. I did not know that was you. Cool. Glad to see you in here, Catalyst, man. I appreciate you tuning in, hanging out. Oh, let's go back up here. I'm sitting here reading chat and messed that up. So BWS going to do what they do, take these guys out of the fight. They're just going to go ahead and zero their bases really quick. And they have the cluster, so you know. Yeah, Daryl, that's That's what was being said, is that it's just a friendly tournament or whatever. I just got a message that it was all of the biggest alliances coming into here to do some friendly war or whatever. So that's why I jumped on. Partial says, all the top bases currently, however, take so much to kill properly. There's no middle ground, I think, is the problem. I mean, I know guys that are in server 2 that are level 32 bases, which is the highest you can get. And if a cluster of 25, 30 people, you know, hit him, I mean, don't get me wrong, he still gets like 1,000 kills or whatever. I mean, he definitely gets his kills, but they will take him down, and they will take him out of the fight rather quickly. I don't know. I've seen it. I mean, yeah, I guess if everybody's like barely level 20s and he's a high level spender and he's all the way at 32, that could be a lot more difficult. But once people start getting their marches up to like 500k, just a single march, and they're roughly about 5-6 million power, and they go onto the field with, you know, 15 people, they'll go through some of those higher level bases. They will. It doesn't take much long. I mean, look at these guys. They're just a small cluster, and this cluster probably doesn't take much to get together, and they're just running through bases one after another after another. I just don't think it should be that easy. I think it should require a little bit more skill and strategy in a strategy game. I don't think just simply mass clicking on something and blew you up like that doesn't really entertain much a strategy. But, you know, that's just my opinion, guys. Just my opinion. It's all good. It's a mobile game. The sides are for healing. What's up, Mad Pine? Thanks for tuning in, man. Am I on a new server? I put a base in almost every server, just so I could check out some of the wars and do some live streams and some footage and recordings and just numerous things, man. I've been working mainly on content, video production, a lot of other stuff other than all the politics and stuff that happens in the game. That's not my thing. I'm not in it to be the number one player or alliance or anything like that, or the top server. I'm here to showcase any and everything within the game, content wise, and hang out with you guys and have fun and enjoy some battles. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys hit me up on Discord like some of you guys did, I have, you know, roles in almost every server. That way I can just go on there and view some of them and do some recordings and also some live streaming. Hellcats have a lot of penetration depth. They have a lot of penetration depth. So yeah, I mean, you're talking about a tank hunter, so, and it's against a heavy, so that's kind of like what it's supposed to kill in the beginning. So I guess the question is what about a maxed out Soviet medium versus an Hellcat? Rizaldi, I have just started this endeavor. I did my video on all of the power rankings, so this is about a week and a half into just being available. I know a lot of people probably never knew who I was or that I did a lot of this stuff, so I'm slowly but surely interacting more and more with players from other servers. Have I seen all of the top biggest wars? No, I haven't. Have I recorded them? No, I haven't. But I am trying to actively get more and more involved with all of the servers and not just a single server that I started out with. $7.2 definitely takes quite a bit to get. I don't know if the jump is necessarily worth it, but I don't know. Haven't seen the full testings of everything. Of course, you never know if they're going to change anything up at the last second with their updates, so.
A computer can take over much of this control work and do it more quickly and accurately.
I'm almost wondering, I can't really see it. I'm almost wondering if this is a war group and somebody's controlling all of these marches. I can't really see it. I'm not sure if me just viewing a city can see the rally point flag or if it's a war group. I'm not really sure. But it seems like these guys are all moving really well in a cluster. I mean, it could be just a bunch of independent people. But it just seems like that might be like a war group going on right there or whatever. Really kind of interesting. Yeah, Catalyst, the Hellcats are definitely going to be over-penetrated and lose quite a bit on that endeavor. I think that's because their whole deal is you know, against super heavies and heavies, that's where they win at because they penetrate. So they get the best damage out of that. But whenever they go against the other units, like mediums counter lights and also the tank hunters. So it should be to their advantage. Trying to find all the marches. They're kind of sporadic right now. I'm sure people are kind of burnt out. It seems like the time zone is mainly heavily European type time zones. I've noticed that most of the fighting and stuff always takes effect and like when I'm asleep or barely waking up. I don't know, that's just my ordeal. This guy just coming down here. What's he going to try to do? Base to base? They got him held in. That's interesting. Yeah, they're going to try to block him in. We got a tank hunter right here. What are those? Is that... Oh. Those are good. That's the... Pathfinders or Packfinders or whatever. Those got a lot of firepower, man. These ones do right here. A 7-star Pathfinder going up against all these guys. But he does not have maxed out commanders and he's using Percy, which has blast damage resistance, but not really going to pack the punch like Guardian of Truth would give to him. Not necessarily a bad pair up, not saying that, just interesting, trying to get more blast damage radius protection than penetration. These guys have a lot of firepower, those units do. That's cool, Mad Pine. Yeah, you're pretty blind in the field. Let's not lie. I mean, I'm looking at these. Some of them are 9s and some of them are 10s. I don't know if they're 800,000 March power or if they're 600k power. I don't know. Ooh, took out them heavies right there. But they're going to keep on going at it. I don't know if those mediums are going to look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Done. This guy got some artillery up in here, doesn't he? Woo. Took them out quick. That's not his base. That's his artillery. See, everybody thinks it's the base that's doing the most. The base ain't doing jack. Ain't doing jack. It's when people have 3 or 4 artilleries up there that are, 500k power. That'll really take somebody out quick. We got some 10s right here that were tank hunters. Yeah, those are the Hellcats. At 10, so definitely got some power on them. Yeah, he's overwhelmed now. There's too many, so his base is going after ones. But, I mean, he's getting kills. Look at him. One after another one. I would take it away from that super heavy and focus it on somebody else. Change the aggro. Because he could kill some of these other guys much faster. I'm trying to see if he's online. He might not even be online. It might just be his base doing it. Because I hadn't seen him popped out. But I think he's not even online. But he's still getting a tremendous amount of kills off of this. Because that artillery is banging him up. John says, same. All the major wars are 4 a.m. for me. Yeah. What it seems like. It seems like everything opens up on Chinese time and happens around that time. Jeez Louise. Golly. I mean, they took the guy down. See, this is the point. They took him down, but he got quite a few kills. But it's still possible. That's my whole point. The whole point is like, even with his artillery and him getting kills, these guys are not taking a tremendous amount of them. I mean, they're less than 10 guys in this thing. $20 to $25 days being VIP 7. Yeah, that's good. I would definitely push towards VIP 8. VIP 8 is like the baseline of where it's at. Once you get to VIP 8, the packs that are available, the goodies that happen really start in good between VIP 8 and VIP 10. You see the best benefit. After that, it takes a tremendous amount of time to move up, and they have some really good buffs and stuff. But to me, VIP 8 is the minimum, and then I try to get into VIP 9 and 10 to get some of the goodies there. Yeah, I agree with that, Mad Pine. I think anybody can, but my whole point is that it doesn't really matter. Like, if FFA had a cluster of 15 or 20 people and there was just some random marches of BWS and they were coming down here to the bases, they would be zeroing them the same way. I mean, it's just, to me, extremely easy nowadays to be able to burn out and kill the bases. A little bit too easy. I'm not trying to make it difficult for people that are high level or anything like that. I'm just saying that it should take more and more to be able to kill the base. And I mean, honestly, look at this. Like this cluster right here of 15 plus guys. You know, probably guys have multiple marches, so maybe just like 10 to 15 guys right here, and they'll just steamroll through all the power players or whatever. It's, I don't know. I mean, your alliance has 150, 175 players in it, and that's all it takes to steamroll one after another. I think the game should update some things. I don't know, Onyx Media. That's That's a good question. If you move to an older server, you're going to be way, way behind. So as far as just starting up a base, but if you want to, the older servers have their own problems with people who have left or going dead or just different things. I mean, there's still a lot of war going on. There's still a lot of action. So, I mean, they're not dead at all. But I mean, I would say as a total, like if you were looking at a total percentage of how many people are still playing the server, it's definitely down quite a bit. And there he goes. He had artillery. Look at that. One, he had a howitzer, tank hunter, and he has 7 stars. He had some decent stuff up in there. I mean, he took out quite a bit. I know he probably got quite a bit of kills on that one. I'm sure FFA went to sleep, or some other people were just randomly attacking, but they probably were mainly asleep. And this little cluster right here is going on is just steamrolled through quite a bit of them. I just went down here because it seemed like this is where the action was. I don't really think that it was happening anywhere else because I don't think it would be up here. I figured they would be more in towards the middle. I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't scoped out everything. Kind of seems like that's where most people were at. You do know. Doesn't look like there's anything up in here in this area. And just the free land, that is. Well, we got a cluster here. But I don't think nothing's really going on. Let's see. PRC, are they fighting anybody? We got one FFRA guy. Do I think the game is going to be dead soon? Or more people will come play it? From what I hear, there's going to be a major push once iOS releases. And I think that's March 9th or 8th or 9th. Once iOS releases, as far as their marketing, as far as their overall push for the game, there'll be a pretty big increase. So I'm pretty hopeful for that. But yeah, it has slowed down quite a bit between servers 9 and 11, how many people are downloading the game. I was trying to find more of them. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows better can help. I'll go back to the war because I don't want to just sit there on a blank screen. Right now, it just seems like a bunch of BWS 0 people. There's a huge war going on in Atlanta. In server 3? Is that what you're saying, Music Lover? It's in server 3? Oh, no. On server 6. Okay. Well, let's check it out. Atlanta. Am I missing this? What the heck? I'm guessing in the middle. Well, they're taking out all the bro guys, aren't they? Bro! Don't take out the bros. They're the broskies. Holy cow, look at all that. They got a lot of artillery, rockets, everything. Well, they ain't no hose barred. Ooh-wee. Once again, a cluster steamrolling. Nice, Shahab. Server 7. We'll be there in Geneva. Awesome. I see it, music lover. Thanks, Shahab. Appreciate the love. Ooh-wee. I don't know if they went offline or what, but yeah, we definitely got a steamroll. They were building, and yeah, these guys popped in. Hoo-wee. Look at all them guys. Well, it's always good to see that there's a lot of activity going on in the game, huh? Not just so dead. What's going on up here? We taking out the Ravens, or they're like random people? Look. Hey, what are you doing there? What are you doing? You're running onto the field. You're gonna die. I don't think there's anything up here, huh? What is this one? HY. Just looking around. Interesting. Brandon says you don't see this in server 1. That's because everybody died in server 1. Well, he got one of those units, didn't he? Look at him change to aggro. He only got 3 units in there. He must have been fighting somewhere else. And they were mainly artillery. Well, c'est la vie on that one. Yeah, they're going to take all these guys out from their territory. The OO Union. Yeah, must be some type of union, because it looks like, is HI affiliated with them? Or we got some fighting going on? No? Looks like they're part of the click up. Because this would be HY stuff. They got all their stuff there. So they got the 00 guys to come on either side. And boy, did they get a turnout, didn't they? Jeez Louise. Look how many bases that is. That's not going to be good. Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely going to need quite a few people up in here. Because look at all them marches. You can't do anything about that, dude. Once it's to that point, you just got to get out of there. You got to get out of there. Because all it's going to do is put you out of the fight for a while. Because that's bad. Music Lover said bro is the bad guy. I don't know who's the bad guy and the good guy. I'm not from the server, so we're going to take your word on it. Music Lover says bro is the bad guy and HY is the good side. Well, they ain't going to be raiding anybody anytime soon because all their stuff's fixing to be out of the fight for about 6-8 hours. Well, you definitely got some participation going on here. That's always good. Quite a bit of marches. See what this guy is. Only 5 million, 3 million, 4 million. I've been here too many times, I can tell you that much. I'll see a large swarm gathering, and now I think this guy's coming out and trying to get some of these guys. He's no, that's not him. Whew. Not a good situation to be in. I got burned 12 times, Shab. I can't tell you how many times I've been burned, bro. Too many. Too many times. Music Lover says if anybody's willing to help take out bro, it would help big time. I don't really think you need much help, dude. There's not many bases left in here, and they're all going to be teleported out randomly. And it looks like you got about, I don't know, close to 50 plus bases in the area for help. I'm pretty sure you got rid of them. Until they try to come back on the next one. Offline raid is disrespect. Well, in this game right now, I don't really know when people are offline and online. I mean, most of the alliances that I have been in not only have American English-speaking players and European players, but also Russian and Asian players. They're usually on almost all the time. So I don't think other alliances are going to plan around other people's schedule, honestly. I think it's all about when everybody can get online and when they can have the most people online, and that's when they go for it. If the other people are offline, so be it. If they're online, then they fight like hell. I mean, that's what I see. The server 3, we have to worry about people only being farmers. That's because they're probably trying to keep up with some of the spenders and bring their bases up. And Lord have mercy, we all know how much resources it takes to level up that base. Golly. And research. That's crazy. I've done that too. Use assist in the first time, and you can't use it in 24 hours. And the assist really doesn't do all that much. I mean, it doesn't. It barely does like a quarter. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Aaron says, I wish you had added server 1 to the rankings list the other day. The reason I didn't do that is because, you know, when the game started, officially started, I started at server 2, and it released servers quite frequently. And so all of them were kind of in the same boat. Server 1 is way beyond, like, I mean, you know it. I think the first 3 alliances are like 2.5 billion power. So, I mean, they've had almost a year in advance to build up. Yeah, so those guys are pretty much going to be out. I don't really see, I don't really see a defense from Bro. They must be offline or something like that right now. For the most part, those guys are going to be gone pretty soon. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. Hiding from me. Hiding from me. Are they burning it already? Oh, they stopped the build. Uh-oh. What we got going on here? FRW. FRW. Has quite a bit of numbers right here. A little cluster. FRW. A lot of random guys coming down here. Who are they battling though? BWS down here? Okay. My screen doesn't refresh that much. Do you guys notice that? It's like it stutters. A lot of lag. Seems to only do this when there's heavy war or whatever. And I don't really have light mode. I used to have light mode. Now I don't even have light mode. Where the heck did light mode go? Whatever. Aaron, yeah, man, it's rough battling them. But thanks for answering. The biggest alliances have teamed in bullying anyone. Don't I know? Don't I know? I have been zeroed quite a few times and hunted down, and yeah, it's a little bit exhausting, but it's a war game. It's all for fun. I try to tell myself that. Let's enjoy it. But yeah, that definitely happens. Everybody just kind of falls up under the big guy, and then, you know, just becomes bigger. But that is what it is. Yeah, well, light mode definitely does not come up for me. And it used to. It used to come up to the side. Maybe I have to actually be in the city and battling and not just viewing it for the light mode to come up. But nevertheless, the lag here is a little bit exhausting. But it's all good. It's all good. Looks like this is where the FRW guys are. There's a lot of swarming going on, but not a whole lot of players. They're definitely coming down, fighting off the BWS guys. I want to say that these guys right here are in a war group. I know I said that before, but it just seems like they're clustered really well together. So to me, it seems like it's a war group that they got going on. Because they're doing rather well. They're killing plenty of marches over and over again. These BWS guys. And they're just getting crazy kills. And that's only like 5 or 6 of them. Yep, the old strategy of the bunkers. Yeah, I know. Well, they're kind of just like swarming everywhere. They got people up here rummaging around, people down here or whatever, but this is where the front is. They should take everybody and click and put a meetup point or do a war group and meet up in one little area. Woohoo! Music Lover asks, what's good for a counter for a 2 gold star Sherman medium tank? Well, mediums are countered by heavies. So if you ask me what's going to do best against a medium, is going to be a heavy. Now, you asked about the Sherman, which is a Liberty unit. I would have to say, if you're on the field, the Tiger is the most durable as far as armor is concerned, or whatever. The Soviet is also a really good unit as far as a tank is concerned for a heavy. But I think the most popular would probably be a Tiger. Robert says server 6. Washington. Oh, man, I'm totally... Duh. I'm an American still jacking that up. We're just going to act like that didn't happen, okay? All right. uh. Let's see. Two huge alliances going at it. Over 1 billion power. Whale. Yep, it looks like up there. I don't see any burning going on down here, so they have not opened up the middle yet, so it looks like it's going to be around here. Everybody got burned out right there, obviously, because that's on fire, so nobody's garrisoning that. See if we can see where the marches are swarming to. Is it up here? Sorry, I'm not acquainted with it, so I'm trying to see where the marches... Do they have a war group just killing bunkers? No, they're just sitting there. Okay. Alrighty then. Are these guys defending? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now we're talking. Got a cluster going on. Music Lover says, what's good for a counter? Blah, blah. You got crushed last time between a medium Sherman against your tank hunter. I mean, against your tigers. I mean, if I was you, your tigers, you're not worried about penetration, so Guardian of Truth isn't that necessary. I would do more durability. So you would want like a Spanner Dorothy type mix, or maybe a Percy Spanner Percy type mix on your officer. Also, technology of the Alliance has a lot to do with it. If you're, in a farm or you're in somewhere else where somebody has a lot more technology, then that is going to make a huge difference against the two. The Lion are good compared to Tiger. The Lion is a super heavy, so the super heavy is pretty much the most durable unit that there is, but you have less units on the field. So even with maxed out barracks, you're only going to have 3 of the super heavies as opposed to 5 of the Tigers. So, numbers sometimes win too. RZ versus WW2P. WW2 World War. We got RZ right here. And we got WW2. Looks like they're stopping the build and burning it. But it's going to take a while. 10 hours is a long time to mount up a counter attack. 10 hours. This is fun. Pew, pew, pew. You can see Randall Miller there firing off his fast shots. That's funny. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for the love, man. What do I think is best, a Lion or a Tiger? You're probably going to get more use out of the Lion when you upgrade it, because when you do base hitting or anything really heavy, the durability of a Moss is really, really good. But some people like their Tigers. They like hitting them. And in a day and time where a lot of players are doing mediums and lights or tank hunters and stuff like that, like, the heavy can do really good or it can be really bad. I would stay away from tank hunters because they will die. But against mediums and stuff, they should do rather well. RZ definitely pushing these guys back. I wonder if they're using a war group. Probably not. Probably more like individual. But they're definitely clustering up. This is what you want. You want this wave, this cluster going on. Because when you do that, it has really good advantages. I'm a very big fan of not spreading out, but having the cluster. You seem to do better with a cluster, creating like a wave. Jimmy says, you know, you move the main account to the other server, can also max part of Tiger and Lion. Good. Depend how well to play it. Yeah, it depends on it depends on the scenario. That's why it's so hard to tell somebody what is the best troop and not the best troop, because it depends on many different things that you're doing. It depends on quite a few factors, which it should, honestly. It's a strategy game, guys. So the strategy game should be based upon what is happening at the time and what you choose to use. I mean, that should be the best thing to do. You know, like, you want an arsenal. You should have multiple units to where you can, you know, switch up, change things up, you know, counter whatever's happening in the field. See this cluster right here? This is going to be really good. Yep, and they're moving kind of almost really close to each other. I don't know. Either that's really good unison or it's a war group. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I can't tell from just viewing. But let's see. They're going to come down here as a group. This group. If they go after the bases, they're gonna have a little bit of tanking, but they have quite a bit of presence right here as well. So they need to play this middle ground. Force these guys up the middle. Play your cluster. Force them through the tunnel, or vice versa would be a really good option, in my opinion. That is just my opinion. If they back off and they get too open, they can get around. You kind of want to create a force. Well, they're just going to zero the base. There you go. That'll work. Not sure which of the 3 tanks to use for my 5th slot. Should I use T-34B5, M18 Hellcat, or M24 Chef A? What would you reckon? That's, got to think on that one. That's a good one. I mean, I guess it depends on what you have in your other slots. I mean, what you don't want to do multiples. So, I mean, I don't know what you have in your other ones or whatever, but the Hellcats are a really good unit for penetration. I mean, they are one of the best penetrators. I mean, if you're riding around and you see super heavies and you see, you know, heavily armored things, those Hellcats really pound, man. They have a high penetration. But if you over penetrate, you're not going to get anywhere. You're actually going to hurt yourself by over penetration. The T-34 is a great unit, in my opinion. Very universal. Works great. I mean, that's just, I don't know. Maybe the chat can help out what they think about that. I am not the Warpath guru of everything. I've only been playing for some time, and since Server 2, maybe some Server 1 players can also help out. They've experienced more than I have. Ooh, the Black Prince. That's really high up there. Isn't that the 7.2? I think. That's really high up there. I mean, Hellcats are they're a hell of a unit. I'm not gonna lie. They're a heck of a unit. Now, everybody has different experiences, you know, especially where you're at, what alliance you're at. Tiger plus a Hellcat destroys everything. Yeah? Yeah? Is that what most people are rocking now, Ton? In server 3, everybody doing the Tiger and the Hellcat? I don't know, man. In server 2, man, everybody rocking those mediums and lights. And those lights will jack some crap up, man. They are super fast. I've seen some guys decimating some people with some lights. Running across the whole map. Base is halfway across the map. They scoot across somewhere 70 kilometers an hour. The thing about it is honestly, you want to have just a couple good tanks and then have your artillery. And the reason I say the artillery is not just because, you know, it helps whenever you're trying to kill some bases or whatever, because you can't really march them very far, but they're good for like when your base is closer, like base to base tactics. But you need defense, man. If you have 2 or 3 good, really good artillery units in your base, you're going to get a lot of kills when they try to come hit your base. And they will come try to hit your base. And you'll have 2 marches out on the field, you know, of pretty strong troops. That's just my opinion. It fluctuates, it adjusts. It's not a perfect scenario. I'm just saying that's my overall concept with the marches. Marv, the power player. What if Marv is a developer? Ooh, that would be interesting, huh? I know the feeling, Robert. I have been in a war and chased for 3 weeks, almost a month. So, I understand. Aziz says get anti-tank gun and howitzer for defense, best unit. I agree. A lot of people do just one of the anti-tanks and then 2 of the howitzers. The howitzer seems to do really well against the Russian heavy, because the anti-tank gun, even though it's against, you know, a heavy unit, just does not seem to hit the Soviet heavies the same way that the howitzer does. Even though howitzers are a sieging unit and it's supposed to be structural damage. I don't know. It's just kind of how it falls. I mean, yeah, if you wanted, Zaldigo says, all artillery. Well, the problem is, unless you've been playing 2 or 3 years, it's going to be hard to get high level 5 units completely maxed out, unless you're paying a bunch of money, all anti-tank. That would take a lot of coupons towards anti-tank guns. I think it's a little bit overkill. Me personally, I would have some fast firing unit, whether that be a medium or a light, in one of those slots, because you can pop out and they will fire very fast, and you can change the aggro to another troop. So you can hop out of your base, go towards the troop you want, and it will change where your base is firing off at to the other units. That way it'll get off of a super heavy or whatever the unit was that was trying to tank you. You'll get more kills that way. But I like the fast firing. I don't think they're going to be able. I think that there's like a cap though, man, because like once you get up to 25 million to, yeah, really about 25 million. Once you get up to about 25 million, you don't have anything else to level up. And because you can't stockpile units, meaning overtrain what the barracks can hold, even though you have reserves and stuff, but you can't overtrain. So you're capped. Like once you have those units and they're maxed out at so much power and your base is at so much power, you're like maxed. There's no other way to grow really.
Bodies of Mrs. Vincent and the children found in the basement families. The medical examiner estimates they were dead for at least 3 days.
The tigers are very, very durable in the field. They are, especially when they're maxed out. They're a very durable unit. I'm not going to argue that concept. That is very true. They're very good. And artillery is a must for the long game. I mean, I wish that I had centered more in on artillery. I mean, as far as when you first start off and you're warring in the field like this, what you see, you know, you want all those fast, quick fielding units and stuff, and that's fine if that's how you like fighting. But artillery is going to be so much needed after 6 months plus. I mean, you're just going to need really good artillery. He said, "Oh, he can hack through." I don't know. I don't know that he is. I was just making a joke. I'm sure they're playing within the server somewhere. We got all kinds of goodies right here. Look at all them marches. So RZ and WW2. Just right next to each other, going at it. But I don't think there's any counter to RZ. RZ has a pretty strong... I mean, this is where the front is right here, but WW2, if some of them, I say, teleport right back here, hit them from the backside. That would sure jumble them up. But they might not have a lot of people on. It might be sleepy time for them or something. Who knows? There's definitely a lot of warring going on. Big war going on, so trying to switch troops. Well, thanks for tuning in, man. You didn't have to sit here and watch this. You could definitely go to war. And not all the time is it a perfect scenario, because we could talk about two different units and what would work. But, you know, if the other alliance's technology is way more and they have more territory or they have more nodes taken and stuff like that, they're going to be way stronger. So having 20 or 30% extra on buffs compared to your alliance, it doesn't matter what troop I tell you to counter it. I mean, you're going to have a hard time because of technology buffs and node buffs. Rockets are good to invest in. Sure, go for it. Go for the rockets. They're just going to be lovely. They don't die fast or splash damage everything because, you know, there's just a whole bunch of infantry out there. Like, I'm looking at all kinds of infantry right now, right? No infantry. Yeah, so don't see the rockets doing much. Well, there seems to be war everywhere this weekend, huh? We got 6, we got 3, we got 4. We got war everywhere. We got the war. I wouldn't say invincible, but you're going to get a lot of kills. BJ, one of the strongest players in server 2, defends quite a bit, even though his base gets burned out. He sends reports and stuff like that. I believe he has 3 artilleries, sometimes 4, and then he has 1 strong unit as far as the tank is concerned in there. And, you know, with a swarm of 20 to 25 people, he can still get 1,500, 2,000 plus kills and be offline. Not even online. Online, it's even more, but offline, yeah, it gets pretty high. So yeah, they can beat you, they can burn down your base, but it's costly. All right, Rosaldi, appreciate you for hanging in there, hanging out with me. I noticed though that when I stream a lot earlier, in the morning, there was a lot more viewers. So that's what I'm going to try to do tomorrow. I'm going to try to stream a little bit earlier, so that you guys can be more interactive or whatever. I'd like to see as many people as possible in the chats, the most viewers. That way it's a lot more fun overall. I got war in server 1 and server 9. Well, server 1 actually doing some more, huh? Interesting. Nice. Nice, Ton. He must be a player that has definitely invested quite a bit to be able to have that powerful of units in server 3, and then also a player that knows what he's doing. Must have learned quite a bit, or an older player from server 1 that came over there. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I mean, honestly, when I think about the people that usually, I try to check YouTube analytics to find out, and I've noticed that most of the people, for me, in my time zone, is between like 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. That's the most interactive time that people are on. And right now, being at 3:30 p.m. for me, it seems that, yeah, most people are not online. But a lot of these guys are online, aren't they? These guys are going hard. RZ and WWAS. There's definitely some fighting going on here, and they are pushing back and forth, back and forth. I mean, those RA guys were in this area right here trying to take this guy out, and now the WWAS guys have now pushed them back continuously. So, very good tug of war battle going back and forth. That could be, I could see that, Mad Pine. I could, honestly, I could see that. I was in a couple other games that would have some players that were moderate spenders, and they would go in, like 3 or 4 guys would go in and have a base, and they would share it, and they would pump all their money into it, and it would become just like some crazy killer awesome account. And then they would use it, so when they would get online, they would back and forth use it or whatever. Russian is crazy though. Alliances that are Russian have like time zones that are 24/7. That's true. They plus or minus like what, like 8 hours or something like that from one side to the other side. I mean, if people, Mad Pine, if people want to do that, you know, I'm not I'm not a hater about that. I think that's kind of a smart approach. But if you have 3 players and they're good players and they can only use one account, then that account can only be used one time. You know, those 3 players that might spend money and then have 3 bases against yours, you know, maybe the 3 bases would be better than just having 1 base because only one person can use it at a time. So I think it has its advantages and disadvantages, honestly. Look at this war. This is good stuff, man. Come on, guys. This is good content. I mean, this is crazy. Back and forth, back and forth. I love it. This is what the game's about. This is what we should be seeing. We should be seeing the tactics of trying to push through a mass online game, you know? And that's what they're doing. Look at all these maxed out commanders, man. I mean, you can see from the fire, a lot of guys bought into these Guardian of Truth bundles in the VIP because they're completely maxed out. Look at that. Burning, burning, burning. Yeah, they got all maxed out Guardian of Truth. Yeah, well, more power to them. What we got going on here? We got a medium versus a medium. 2 Russians. He's got a spanner mix on his first one. But that Guardian of Truth is maxed out. He's definitely going to be a little bit more higher power because he's maxed out. Look how fast them suckers heal, though. Look at that. Look at him. Choo, choo, choo. Oh, we got the slow mosses coming. Let's see how fast he heals. He's already got all them up, and then his 1 tank's going back. He's going to do the bunker. Do the bunker trick. Go! Do the bunker trick. Call him a nuke. I do like this update with the line, though. Okay? I do. I like the fact that, you know, before you would have to watch the animation to see what unit was getting hit from the aggro, you know, the base. And now it shows a red line showing you who's getting what. I like that update. I like that. I like having the red line so that, you know, you can see where the fire is going to. A business email? Not really a business email, but I have just a mass email that I use. That's the email that I use. You can send the link to, like, you can upload it to Google Drive and share it to that email or whatever. I can go download it. That's what I usually do. Look at these guys up here. Heisey, I honestly believe that the Air Force update is going to be released whenever iOS finally comes out. So I believe that the first couple weeks of March, we're going to see some updates. I know that, like I told a lot of people, I felt like this last update, even though it didn't mention Air Force, was going to have a bunch of coding in it for Air Force. And I was right, because as you can see right here, the ground forces, when you click it, it has a button for the Air Force. So they've already started coding in some of the things that are needed to be able to use the Air Force. It just hasn't went live. So I believe that there's a lot of stuff written in the code of the app that the air units are in there. We got some 10s right here. Those were Tigers at 10s. And then a super heavy. We got a super heavy at 10. Wonder who's taking the aggro on this one. Yep, they got the aggro going towards the super heavy, so that's going to be good. He's going to last long enough. Let's see if they pull a bunch enough to get this guy finally down all the way. This guy's going to try to sneak over here with his artillery, but it's not enough. This guy's going to go down if they can't get some of these units out. Yeah, he's gone. That super heavy lasted for quite a bit, though. This guy's not going to pull back. His units are going to die. But he took it for the team. It's enough to get him ported. He'll have to retrain now. But, you know, Ryan took it for the team. So he's going to pull away and wait for his unit to retrain. But they did get the base out. Is safe to log in with my mail email to Blissful. What does that mean? I don't know what you mean. You'll have to elaborate on that, Shabab. I don't mind, ton. If it's on the phone, it's in portrait mode. It's not going to be widescreen. I can still record a bunch of it and put things off to the side. There's different tricks that I can use inside of a video editor. It's all about the aspect ratio. 16:9 is widescreen, you know. 2:3 is usually more like your phone or whatever. But, I mean, yeah, in the video editor, I can do a lot of things. Blue. Trying to figure out what you're... I don't know what you're saying, Shahab. When you say blue. Is it safe to log in with my main email to Blue? Carlos asked, do you think that free-to-play players have an opportunity in this game, honestly? I think that free-to-play players have enough opportunity in numbers. Mass numbers. Do I think it's easy? No. You have to know what you can and can't do. If you have a power player that's running around on the field, all you're going to do is feed him a bunch of kills by trying to, get him certain things. It's very difficult to win against that type of format. But then again, when we talk about free-to-play players, like what level are we talking about? Like winning and being the #1 alliance in a server period, owning all the cities? No, probably not. Being in Union and owning a level 1 or level 2 city or whatever and being free-to-play? Sure, heck yeah, you could do that. I mean, it just depends on the level that we're talking about, that we're trying to achieve in competition being free-to-play. Isaiah says, why I never see you fighting yet. Isaiah, I definitely have fought quite a bit. The reason that I do what I do in my videos and live streams is because I'm trying to use this platform that a lot of people see. As you know, they have a lot of views sometimes. And also on some of these live streams, I'm trying to use the platform to showcase some of the other people that might not have a YouTube channel or the ability to get views or anything like that. I'm using this platform to showcase them more than just only myself and my fights and my alliance and so forth like that. Like, not saying that I wouldn't do that, and I fight a lot on the side, but I'm not trying to do it in a boastful way. So that's why I mainly try to showcase other people to show some good fights for other people that want to showcase it. I hope that answers that question. Yeah, and Cat, I've also seen players that are 10 million plus power get steamrolled all day long. Middle grade players that spend pretty good money, even top level players, you know, get steamrolled as well. Oh my God, so many different scenarios. We could talk about it for days, but yeah, it's just how the game goes, man. They're getting these WWAS guys down now. Ooh-wee, look at that cluster. That front right there. I do like the red line, though, I must say. And WWAS just trying to play the defense tactic right now. Off to the side, getting some of these guys. Okay, I think I understand now. Shab says live chat is hard on the phone. Is it safe to log in with my main email to Android emulator? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That I have an Android emulator. I use my main stuff on. I mean, the emulator is what they call a virtual instance on your PC. And also some phones allow it, like the Note 9, Note 10. The Notes allow for a program that allows the same thing, like multiple instances to be run on at one time. And so what this emulator is doing is it's creating a PC or an operating system inside an operating system. You can also put a partition on your hard drive and have multiple operating systems. MacBooks are very prone to that, having a partition set up and you run Windows on one side and Mac OS on the other side. And so this is just an operating system being Android, and that Android is no different than the Android that is on your phone, other than its ability to be updated or maybe the newest, latest, greatest Android system or whatever, but it is just a virtual instance. It is no different than logging in your account onto a phone. It's just on an emulator. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but I mean, it is what it is. Ooh, excuse me. I ran out of all my coffee. It's kind of cold in Texas right now. Thank you, Ton. I appreciate that, man. I am trying to grow with you guys. Trying to learn the community. That's what I am trying to do. And have fun at the same token. I've been thinking about some ideas on like a Discord. I did not do a Discord to date because it's just a lot to handle as far as people coming in there. Maybe, you know, some of the chats, and you know how it can get kind of toxic really quick. So I never really did it. But I would like to try to do some Discord where people can come in and we can all be on voice at the same time and enjoy each other, even while I'm live streaming. Maybe some membership only type things, or you know, just some different options. I'm definitely looking into a lot of things and learning as well. That'd be good, Ton. I might hit you up, or you can send me a message. I'll put it in here. That's my Discord handle or whatever. Send me a message. I've been thinking about some ways to have some fun. That's my whole goal here, guys. I know a lot of guys have had to go against some power players, some, bullying alliances, some bigger alliances, just a whole bunch of scenarios in the game right now. A lot of people get frustrated, they quit, some different stuff. So I was trying to come up with some things that would be fun, interactive, enjoyable, hanging out, laughing, something as a community just to enjoy the overall gameplay. Almost kind of like what Server 3 is doing. Server 3 being, they had all their main alliances and said, hey, we're going to get together and have a kill event, and it's just a free-for-all. That's cool. The communication, trying to keep a server alive, things like that. That's good to showcase. Oh, cool, Ton. Sorry, I have a lot of messages on Discord, so forgive me. What do I think about infantry? Well, infantry, I think, has an awesome ability later in the game. They do have their place. However, every game, no matter if something is good or not, when a lot of players overpick certain units, then you're just not going to use infantry to counter it. And because people are picking certain things, if the trend of the game is always picking those things, then that one unit is not going to be used that much. But I do think infantry has their place. I would like to see an update on infantry. I really think they should really work on infantry's ability. Trying to run as a federal government. You mean like a democracy? See, I don't know. I'm not in server 3, so don't get me lying. I just noticed that they did something, so pardon me if I'm not up to date with what's actually happening in server 3. I will try to get up to date though. Uh-oh, RZ's going to try to come in here closer. Look at him. Oh-wee. We're going to try to push a little harder, are we? Got a little stalemate going on, so we're going to try to get up in here and... Oh, and he's only half. That could turn out. Well, look at him. He's got 3 artillery, though. Ooh. Interesting. Gerald says, can I ask for anyone's advice about to combine the Tiger 5.1 tank, Stug 3, and Heavy Lion to make the E50 tank, or wait for another 5.1 star unit and combine it with Tiger 5.1 and Stug 3 to make a Tiger 1? I would not combine multiple things right now, honestly. You're going to eventually be able to get the super heavy. It does come eventually. Tigers sometimes are hard to get a hold of on your draws. So, I would not burn up a bunch of stuff just to hurry up and get, a super heavy leveled up, honestly. I mean, usually I stop with units at increments, so I will stop them at 5.5 or 5.5 star, I should say. I said 5.5, but like 5.1, which is 5.5 star, and then also 6.1, which is the 6.5 star, just in case I need those to be able to be feeders for a 6 star or a 7 star unit. The Hellcats are definitely good. I like those. What would I recommend a big spender buy in the store that is worth it? I would have to say that most likely, if I was doing it, and I don't really have them right here or whatever, but no, it's not going to show up. But anyway, I would definitely buy the very first bundles or whatever and get your VIP up as fast as possible, so nothing but gold. Getting your VIP levels all the way up are super important to a spender. And then from there, you can buy stuff at such a discounted rate in this VIP store that you can level up very, very quickly. At VIP 8, it opens up another monthly pack at $50. That's very, very useful. Yeah, I do like the fact that you can, change things, although you can't really change officers. So however you decide to, put your leveling up of the skills, you can't really get that back. Yeah, if I had to do it again on the officers, so if you level up one officer, like let's say you spend the money on Guardian of Truth, if you level him up all the way to level 60, when you upgrade one to level 60, automatically Percy sculptures will come and you'll level up Percy as well just by leveling up one of, Guardian of Truth all the way. So then you'll have two maxed out officers. That's probably what I would do differently next time. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go eat lunch and do some stuff. Have to do a bunch of stuff today, but tomorrow morning, I'm going to go ahead and live stream again. I'll go ahead and set it up in advance, but I am going to do a live stream in the morning, so you can share it with all your friends. We can go over everything, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Enjoy some gameplay together, look at all the servers if there's more war going on, hang out and enjoy the morning, and that will be tomorrow morning around probably, I'm going to say 8 or 9, probably most likely 9 Central Time in America, but I'll definitely post it as a pre-stream before I go to bed. That way everybody's aware of what time that is. So if you would share that with your friends so that we could all come hang out or whatever, maybe even try to do a giveaway, I'm not sure, but it'll be good. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and until next time, guys, peace.